It's time for a new yummy flavor. Two new yummy cards have been announced. I mean, it makes sense. They're following the pattern here. We saw two new Draco Tail cards already, so we're also probably going to see two new K9 cards soon. Yummy, already a very powerful deck in the OCG and probably also a very strong deck in the TCG as soon as it comes out. So these two cards from Doom of Dimension, probably very relevant. Specifically, the main deck monster, I think, is scary because, like, Yummy really wants another starter, I think. Like, another, just any good normal summon that can be turned into the Link 1 is going to be strong. So even if this doesn't do anything crazy, it's already a good card. But let's see. We have the Marshmallow Yummy, level 1 Light Beast effect monster. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. If you control no monsters or all monsters you control are light beasts, you can special this card from your hand. So not only is it a starter, it can also function as an extender. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Yummy spell trap from your graveyard to your hand, or if it was special summoned by a Synchro Monster's effect, you can place a Yummy field spell or continuous spell trap from your deck or banishment face up on your field instead. Ooh. That seems very good. Of course, you look at this card and you're like, oh, why is this good in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh? It's not a crazy starter because this effect will not be usable when you start with it on your first turn. That doesn't matter for Yummy, because Yummy only cares about being able to just have a Yummy monster that you can turn into the Link 1. That's the most important thing for Yummy. But then later on, this thing gets, I think, crazy, right? This thing gets crazy value in the long term because you can always add your spell traps back from the graveyard and you can cycle your field spells on the opponent's turn, which is also very relevant for Yummy. And the continuous spell part, I mean, currently, correct me if I'm wrong, currently they don't play any. But I mean, this one is one. So if this one's good, then maybe placing it on your opponent's turn can be relevant, right? At the moment, I think they just play field spells. Maybe because they have no continuous spells so far. The trap, but is the trap... They didn't play the trap, right? Maybe now they will? What was the trap? Hold up. What was the trap's effect? Is the trap now good because you get it for free? It might be, honestly. Yummy Redemption is Injustice Hunters. Monsters your opponent controls lose attack for each light beast you control in your grave. Once per chain, if you synchro summon a light beast, you can draw a card, place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Banish this card from your grave, target a Yummy you control, and a monster your opponent controls switch control. It's very... I can understand why they don't play this at the moment, because it's very, very little impact, right? Like, it's very, very small impact. You don't want to hard draw this card. Maybe if you get it for free, you could reconsider it. Maybe. But first, let's take a look at the continuous spell card. Yum Yum Yummies. Okay. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn each. Each time, 2 or more Yummy monsters are special summoned to your field at the same time. Gain 500 and your opponent pays 500. You can pay 500, then target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including Yummy Snatchy. Send both to the grave, and if you do, special a Yummy Synchro from the extra deck. This is treated as a Synchro summon. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can pay 100 life points immediately after this effect resolves. Link summon a Yummy monster. Okay. Interesting card. Always, I think, a one-of. Never more than a one-of. Because you can't really do anything with it on the first turn. You want to get this card for free off of the Marshmallow, I think. The second effect is an interesting board breaking effect, right? Because you can target your opponent's monster and out it that way, right? That's interesting. It's not a quick effect though. That would have made it really broken if it was a quick effect. The first part, the small, I hate this part about it because it's going to make people win in time for no reason. I don't know if Yummy already had this. I feel like Yummy was losing in time because they would pay 100 a couple of times. I don't know if they already had a way to gain life points, but that's kind of cringe. If your opponent activates a card or effect, pay 100, immediately Link summon is cool on the opponent's turn, right? Because making another Link 1 makes it so you can then quick synchro with the Link 1. So this card is decent. It's gonna be, it gives me like Mausoleum vibes from Blue Eyes, right? This is the type of card that you're gonna play it probably. You don't want to draw it. But you want to play it because you play this one, so you're gonna get it for free, and that's neat. It's a nice card to get for free, but like you're never gonna want to draw it because it's not that great, right? As a hard draw, it's not that impactful. So this one I think is like just a bonus. But the main deck monster is crazy. I think the main deck monster for Yummy is crazy. I think even if this was a vanilla, unironically, even if they made a vanilla Yummy monster, it probably would have been good. Yeah. The Yummy monster is the only card Yummy plays that would activate in hand or grave, so they made the deck play into Canine. I mean, yeah, but I think you're putting too much focus on this, right? This can just be your normal summon. You don't have to special it. It can just be your normal summon, and then you make a link 1 with it, and then you just use the other effects in the future, right? Like, you're not forced to special this one. If you want to respect the Canine cards, just don't special it. Just make it your normal summon. Because all the other Yummies don't start a chain, right? All the other Yummies, you can play around Canine by just normal summoning this one and just special summoning the other one. Right? It's not like you need this as an extender, because all the other ones are also extenders. So if you draw like multiple Yummies together, all you have to do is normal summon this one and then summon the other ones from your hand, right? I don't think you're ever forced to special this one. I think this one is just good because it's a Yummy name, so it's another starter, it's another normal summon, and you can just use, in the long run, it gets you crazy advantage, right? So I think that's just fine. Going first, sure. I mean, yeah, okay, but like, you can't tell me that having the option to special summon this sometimes is a bad thing, right? They could have just made this a normal summon only, and it would have still been good. Right? If it didn't have this effect at all, it would still be a good card. But the fact that it has that, I think you should treat it more as like a bonus, right? It's more like, hey, this one functions a little bit differently than the other Yummies because you can special it on an open board. So if your opponent removes a Yummy from your board, instead of just passing because you can't do anything, you have the option to play this, right? Which is like, okay, yeah, in a world where your opponent plays Canine, that might be a bad decision, but you can make that decision, which I think is good. Like, I don't see this as a negative to this card because it works just as well as a normal summon. I think this is very good support, because one of the main things that people said about Yummy was like, one of the main weaknesses of the deck was, hey, if you're going second and your opponent removes your Yummy names off the board, it's kind of cooked because you can't special the other Yummies and it's hard to extend. This card does that. Yes, it plays into Canine cards while doing so, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If anything, that's fair, right? Like, if anything, the extender should probably activate in hand, right? Like, it could have been even better, I guess. That's true, right? It could have been even more broken, but I think that's fine. It's still really good. I think it's still really, really good, just because it ups the number of Yummy normal summons from 9 to 12. So together with Obedience Schooled, the pure Yummy deck now has just 15 one-card starters that you can pop off with. And you don't even have to rely on like playing a secondary engine, maybe, because that's just good enough. So I think this is very good Yummy support.